Ladies over 50, are you tired of thin, sparse, uneven brows? I know, I feel you, me too. Today, I'm gonna show you a quick and easy brow tutorial using 3 products: brow gel, a brow pencil, and a brow highlighter. It doesn't matter what brand, that's all you need to get this party started. I purposely came in without my brows done, just so I can show you from scratch what they look like, because my brows are uneven too. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, so guess what? My receptionist, she gave me a rubber band. She found a rubber band for me. Now I don't have to worry about my hair getting all up in the way. I'm going to get close up and I'm going to brush my eyebrows up. If you guys know me, or if you see me on Good Morning Washington, you know that I'm a fan of brushing your hair up. I'm going to take the spoolie end of the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. So Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit Cosmetics. You can get this from Ulta. You probably can get it from Amazon. I'll double check and I'll leave the links below. But I know you can get it from Benefit's website. So Precisely My Brow, and this is in a warm black brown. I like black brown, but I like some warm tones to my skin as well. That goes back to knowing your undertone. And I have a red undertone, which is cool. I like to warm it up just a little bit. So I'm gonna get close up so you can see my brows. Let me turn up the light a little bit. All right, these are my real brows. And if you missed the last video, which was all about a brow lift or lifting your brows, then you would know that I don't wear any eyeshadow. My eyes, I guess, is naturally dark up here. I've been doing my brows myself for many years, ever since I was a teenager, so a very, very long time. And I just have a permanent light line underneath. I still use the brow lift technique just to really buff it out. You see this pencil is like it's a real thin line pencil. I'm gonna start, I'll rebrush my hair up, and I'm gonna start by lining the bottom. I do stretch my skin a little bit just so I can see that angle. If I turn to the side, I am looking at my brows on the angle. Your brow should be 2/3 in the front and your tail should be 1/3. I'm going to start right here and I'm just going to lightly draw a line on an angle. And I'm going from the bottom part of my brows. I'm not even in the top yet. I use the spoolie brush to brush it up while I'm doing it, okay, so I can see the fullness. I'm gonna continue in that same area. I'm gonna press down just a little bit. Once I complete this process, then you'll be able to see the sparse hairs that I'm talking about. Now you see I have the line, and when I get close up, okay, when I get close up, see that space right there? That's what I'm going to be working on. From the bottom line to that space, so I'm brushing them up again so I can see. And remember, I didn't do nothing with the front yet, but you can see that they're starting to fill in compared to the other one. Again, I'm going to go and fill in that space, and I'm just going to do it lightly. I'm not going to brush hard. I'm brushing in the direction of my hair. I'm going through the whole brow, except the top. And now I'm going to take that part right here, which is like a hard pencil line, and I'm going to blend it inward towards my nose, okay? So I'm going to tilt a little bit so you can see, blend it inward, and now I'm going to blend it upward, and that harsh line is going to be gone, okay? So now you see it filling in. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love a good brow. Now I'm going to go back in, fill it in again. Usually I'm done by this point, but I don't want to rush you. You can do this with me if you want to. Now I'm going through the whole brow into the middle area, which we call the spine. I'm following my hair, okay? I'm not drawing hair strokes, but I'm following my hair, just feather-like, okay? Now I'm going to brush them up again and brush them inward just to blend that line through. Okay. All right, I like this look. This would be my everyday look. Sometimes I may go a little bit darker. So if you want it a little bit darker, you can go another round and just press a little bit, but you don't want to press so hard that it looks like you used a pencil. Remember, you want to keep that tail lifted. You always want to work with the brows that you have. You never want to create a brow that you don't have. So always work with the lines that you do have. So you see this light part and you can see this dark part. Well, what do you got to do? Brush it inward so you can blend it. And now that part is gone. It's blended in, brushing them back up. Okay. Now, I'm happy with that. I can live with that. I can go to work like that. I can go to the gym like that. I'm not going to the gym like that. Y'all just have to deal with my sparse brows. But now this side is a problem. This side is always a problem for me. I can really relate to you ladies out here. When you tell me that you can't get your brows even, I can relate. The only difference is I do brows and I can get them even if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't want to be perfect. I'm not perfect. Okay, I want them to be similar, but I'm not perfect. I hope that helps you. The terminology that I want to tell you is you want to get them as close to symmetrical as possible. As close to symmetrical as possible. So they don't have to be even. Just, Keisha said, as close to symmetrical as possible. All right, so I'm going to start on this brow right here. I'm going to do the same thing, but I have a trick for this brow because this brow sit low. And the end of this brow don't have that much hair because I was pushed into the mailbox when I was little and it just didn't grow back that much over there. Again, I'm going to pull my skin. Yes, I'm pulling my skin again. And I'm going to start right here and I'm going to start with that line and I'm just going to go back and forth. Get that bottom line stabilized. All right, the bottom line is stabilized, okay? That's it, very lightly. Don't do it harshly. Now, if you can guess, you want to brush it upward and then inward. Upward, all right, and inward to blend, okay? I still got to do some work. You see like one side is a little bit darker on the other side. So let's try to balance them out and get them as close to symmetrical as possible. Now I'm gonna fill in the space above. And so I'm barely tapping in. Following my hair pattern. I don't want to create nothing new or create something that's totally opposite of what I'm used to. Going through the spine area, filling that in. Brush up. Okay, I'm gonna step back a little bit so you can start to see it fill in and brush inward to blend those harsh lines. No harsh lines over here, none whatsoever. I'm blending very light. Remember that bottom line that you made in the beginning, that's your guide, not to go below that and always stay above that. Still filling in this area. I told you this brow needs a little bit more work because it's real jagged. I sleeve on this side so the hair is not nice and smooth like the other side. Now you see that it's almost there. It's almost there for you. So brushing them what? Up. Brushing them up. Always brush up. Now you want to brush them inward. Okay. And brush them back up so I can make sure it's blended. Now, the only thing with this brow is this brow sits just slightly higher than this brow. So when I arch this brow, I always arch it a little bit more than this brow because I like to take more off the bottom so it can just equal out just a little bit. As you see, I have like little hairs up here. I'm going to brush them down so that you can see. Brush them back up. I'm going to just gently connect these hairs right here very lightly to these hairs over here. Your brows always tell a story and you should always follow your brow lines, okay? The brows is never going to take you in a different direction if you follow the lines and if you follow your hair pattern. Getting a little bit closer, filling in this area just a little bit more. Okay, now, as you see, my tail is so thin over here because of that mailbox. I do have hair up there. I'm just going to take the pencil and lightly just make something, make an area. Bring that to a close. Just lightly fill it in. Making sure this is at the top part of my ear And as you see, I love my brows. Let me just fiddle with this a little bit. So I have hair up here, so I'm just gonna make it just a little bit darker. Up, up, inward, inward. Do your finishing touches. You want them darker, just go back in and fill in the sparse areas. I still leave them a little bit sparse though, because I want to make them as natural looking as possible. Making sure this tail is to a complete point. I love a pointed tail, natural or permanent. All right, there it goes. This is the brow. This is my everyday look using the benefits precisely my brow pencil. Now, back to my products. But you can use any brow highlighter. I always use more of the pinkish side of the concealer. And so I just put a few dots underneath my brow. And this is going to lift my brow. I need a lift. I need a lift. Although I have that light line underneath, I need a lift. I need to look like I'm lifted. I'm just going to put a few dots. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so all the dots is doing is concealing the hair that I have already that's growing back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep it underneath the brow bone. Nothing fancy. Take your fingers, blend it into the hair. Okay, that's all you have to do is blend that in. I love being a brow artist because I like the tips and tricks, but I like the way how brows frame your face and how younger they make you look when you do have them done. I put my highlighter underneath. I want a little bit more right here because I got some hair growing back. So I'm just going to go and put just a little bit more. And on this side too. I'm going to emphasize that arch line so you can see. Let's step back a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do next, take the finger, either finger, just blend it in. You're not going to mess up your brow makeup. That's why I don't want you using those pencils that come on and then they look like a smear tattoo. We don't want that kind of makeup. My brows stay on all day. We don't want that. Okay, all right. The highlighter is there. I'm good. I like the way they look. I hope you do too. I hope you're following along and I hope you do this as well. The last thing I do is set my brows. I'm using the Brows & Company brow gel. Like I said, you can use any brow gel. No, they're all not the same. Some may be thick and flaky. Some may be too thin. This one is just right. I can't brag on myself, but I can say that this one is just right. It's just enough where it's not too much. All I'm doing is going up and I'm following my brow hairs. I am not doing a lamination look, so I don't want to keep it up. I'm not 20, so I just want to keep it nice and smooth and natural. Now I can take my hair out so you guys can see how it looks. And I am happy. Let me know in the comments if this is easy enough for you. If it's not easy enough, let me know and I'll make another video where I'm giving it to you easy. Like I said, I have all kinds of tips and tricks for you, especially to get that face lifted, okay? But the brows are the frames to your eyes. So you want to make sure that you are spending time to get that part right. And remember in the beginning, I said that your brows should contour into your cheekbone. And this is what I mean. What I tell my clients is, if you want your brows to be as symmetrical as possible, then talk from your mouth and not from your head. So I'm talking to you, but I'm keeping my brows nice and set, and I'm not moving up here. Now, I'm an animated person, but I don't play that when it comes to my brows because I have clients depend on me to get their brows right, and they look at me as inspiration. And I want to make sure that I can give these tips to them as well and give them a good service. So again, like I said, your brows should start at your tear ducts, come up at a soft angle and contour right here into your cheekbone. If your brows are not flowing into your cheekbone, you did something wrong. Feel free to ask me any questions. Like I said, I love brows. I love doing brows. It's what I do all day, every day. I want you to feel good about your face, your brows, leaving the house. And guess what? Taking that 10 years off, okay? We're not wearing those thin brows no more, okay? It's not the 90s. Let's do our best to keep our brows nice, full, and of course, natural. If you found this video helpful to your overall beauty routine, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me. Make sure you tune into these tips. I got a lot more for you. This is just the beginning. I just got started on YouTube. I'm loving this journey. It's so fun, and it's funny to think like a couple years ago, I would never have gotten on camera, okay, or been able to speak in front of people. It's funny how your journey changes throughout the years. Let's reinvent the 50s together. You don't have to slow down. We glowing up. If you didn't catch my last video on the brow lift, make sure that you click here. And if you want to know how I wax my own brows, check this video out over here. YouTube,